Chapter 19. Earth Person finds his own answers. Earth Person. Martian, the more I think about what kind of job I'd like to have, the more confused I get. Oh, how's that? Well, I've been used to working on a salary, and it occurred to me that not too many people get rich doing that. Are you surprised? Actually, I never much thought about it. Do you know how you've stopped yourself in the past from thinking about it? I never had any reason to think about it. I never thought I could get rich. And now that I'm starting to think about it, I've found that I really don't have much information. So, so how do people get rich? You tell me. Well, they certainly don't do it on salaries or hourly wages, not very often anyway. They'd have to save up a hell of a long time. Well, so how do they do it? I just don't know. Think of some examples. Think of some self made men. Well, I couldn't be like those Greek shipping magnates. Tell me what they did before you tell me why you couldn't be like them. Well, I don't know for sure, but I think they brought up surplus warships and converted them into freighters or oil tankers. They had a brilliant idea and borrowed money from some people to finance it. I couldn't think of an idea like that. Like what? Well, like that. An idea of such value, one with such great potential. What part couldn't you think of? Oh, I don't know. No part of me could think of it. I just couldn't do it. Hmm. Except, theoretically, at least, maybe my natural child could do it if it knew how. It's supposed to be the creative part of me, but I don't know how. I find it hard to imagine. Well, how did they do it? Who? The Greek magnates? Yes. They must have wanted to get rich so bad they could taste it. And they must have stuck with it and kept thinking about it until an idea came. And what do you imagine that felt like? Oh, what? Dreaming up such an idea? Yes. I don't know. Powerful, I guess, and creative and fun. Why would somebody want to be rich so bad he could taste it? I guess he just knows that he can do it and he has his mind set on reaching his goal. You mean other things don't enter his mind? That's right. He doesn't let them interfere. He knows he can do it, so he just does it. But he knows he can do other things too. Why would he focus all his attention on getting rich? I don't know. It must have some strange attraction. Does it have that attraction to you? Well, no, at least not yet, because I don't focus all my energy on it. What do you think would be the attraction for a person who focused all his energy on it? It must produce some sort of fantastic feeling, like being on marijuana or something, or maybe like sex. Why do you say that? Well, because he devotes so much energy to it. Do you think this fantastic sensation is in having the money or in arranging to get it? Maybe both, but probably more in arranging to get it. What sort of thinking would produce such a spectacular feeling? I don't know. I've never experienced it. What sorts of things do you think your Greek shipping magnates thought about or focused on to dream up their idea? They probably focused on what they wanted, which was to get rich. Then they saw these surplus ships in the present, and they put this picture together in their mind with what they knew to be the future need for freighters. What connection did they make between the present and the future? Value. They conceptualized the increase in value. So you're saying that when they saw those ships in the present and then visualized the future, they put it all together in their minds in terms of value. Yes, it was like the dawning of a brilliant awareness. How were they able to focus so much energy on one idea? I'm not exactly sure, but probably it came from a combination of things. Like, like knowing that conceptualizing such things is one of the ultimate human powers, certainly one of the most valuable and one of the most envied. And And knowing that once they could do that, once they could conceptualize value, they could have just about anything they wanted in the whole world. And knowing this produced the exhilarating feeling, well, I think it was probably everything put together. Knowing they could do it, having an idea of how to do it, finding a specific instance which might work out, anticipating the results of its working out, and feeling that all rolled up into one big, powerful feeling. So the thinking and the feeling were intertwined? Yes. And the real motivation was at the feeling level. But one thing I don't understand is how they could focus all their attention on their goals day after day without their families and other responsibilities interfering. What don't you understand about it? Well, I have so many distractions. I not only don't get support, I get interference. Oh, in what way? When I talk to my family or friends about what I'm doing, they act as if they don't understand. It's like nothing registers. They act surprised or confused or bored, but never excited and supportive. And as a result, I have to use my energy to defend myself or to argue. I just can't concentrate on my plan to get rich. So, so it strikes me that this doesn't happen to people who really get rich. It couldn't happen to them because it would be too big a drain on their energy. So, so I'm bothered by that. Why? Because it means I've got a problem. Something isn't right about the way I'm going about things. Okay, well, what isn't right? I don't have any support. What kind of support do you imagine your shipping magnates had? Oh, well, they had people around them who would listen to their ideas and maybe make constructive suggestions rather than downgrade their ideas or seem confused. And how did the shipping magnates get that sort of support? Huh? What did the magnates do and how did they act so that people would react to them that way? Hmm. Well, I guess they acted very forceful and self confident. They probably ignored people who said foolish things. I'm sure they didn't need people around them who wouldn't contribute positively. And what happened because of this? Well, they got all the people around them to focus their energies on the same problems. And with everybody thinking in the same direction, instead of pulling against one another, they could come up with even better ideas, ideas that were even more creative and more valuable. Okay. And what kinds of conversations do you have with those around you? Arguments. Oh, I'll say something about what I'm thinking, and people won't understand or they'll just disagree. I'll try to get someone interested in an idea of mine, and the idea won't even register. Why do you want to get people interested in your ideas? Oh, so we can discuss them. What good is discussing them? Well, two minds are better than one. Two minds are better than one only if both people are interested in the same subject. I hear you trying to talk about things with people who weren't interested. Uh, yeah, I guess you're right. That's what I've been telling myself. But is there anything wrong with that? Do you want to do it? Well, I could use the stimulus of another mind. And are these people providing this stimulus? No. I guess I've been barking up the wrong tree trying to discuss my ideas with my family and friends. What have you been getting out of doing it? I've been trying not to lose them. I've been trying not to leave them behind, but it just doesn't seem to work. What would happen if you stopped trying to make it work? Oh, well, for one thing, they wouldn't have any hold over me. I wouldn't have any need to be with them. And it would be sad. They'd probably be shocked. They're all in a little rut, and they think I'm in the same rut with them, just talking about getting out without really doing anything about it. They don't realize that I am getting out of the rut and offering them the chance to come with me. Why not go ahead and move out of the rut yourself and let them make their own decision to come along if they want to? I will. I'm getting out. But you're not out yet. What are you doing to keep yourself from getting out? Oh, you mean I'm staying in the rut by trying to drag them out of it with me? Yes. And I should just move out by myself if you want to. Oh, wow. That would take a lot of courage. Not if you want to get rich. It's automatic if you want to get rich. That's how you can find out who's planning to come along with you and who is planning to stay poor. You mean everybody separates themselves out by deciding whether to come along or not? Yes. And when you let people take charge of themselves, you'll be able to focus your energy more fully on your own plan than on theirs. You mean I've been focusing on their plans? That's what I heard you say. Wow. I guess I have. It's like I have been trying to drag them along, even if they don't want to come. Do you want to stop doing that? That's a really hard one. I have so much invested in my family and friends. That investment got you where you are, and now it keeps you where you are. You must be willing to give it up in order to move to a different place. I hear what you're saying, and I know it must be true, but I'm having trouble acting on it. What troubles you is that you must give up something from your past in order to move into the future. This is another moment of clarity. Okay, I hear you. I guess I'll need to think about it some more. All right. Do you remember how you stopped yourself from talking about your Greek shipping magnates? Huh? You were talking about the Greek shipping magnates, and you reached the point where you described how they must have experienced a sensational feeling. And then you stopped. I stopped myself? Yes, I didn't stop you. Well, I can't. Oh, you mean when I started talking about how hard it is to get support from my family and friends? Yes. I stopped myself from talking about the Greeks. Yes. By changing the subject. Yes. I guess that is one way to do it. Would you like to talk some more about the Greeks and what they must have felt? Yes. Okay. What aspect would you like to discuss? Well, I don't know. You brought the subject up. No, I didn't. I asked you if you knew you had stopped yourself, and I asked you if you wanted to talk some more about the same subject. You said yes, and I'm willing to talk about it. Oh, well, I seem to have lost my train of thought. It was exciting at the time, but then I started thinking about how I didn't have any support system to help me focus my thinking, and I got lost. Do you think the Greeks needed help in focusing their thinking? Well, yes, didn't they? If the feeling they felt was as sensational as you suggested, wouldn't they just turn it on by themselves? Hmm, you've got a point there. What's the most sensational feeling you've experienced? Well, sex, I guess. And sometimes listening to music. I like to listen to beautiful music and look at beautiful things. And what do you feel when you listen to music or look at beautiful things? It's hard to describe. Relaxed, sort of, and being calm and peaceful. Oh, I really enjoy it. Does it feel powerful? Not particularly. So the best feeling you have in your life is different from the best feeling the magnates had when they were feeling powerful just thinking about getting rich. Yes, I guess it is. Do you want to do anything about that? Oh, what can I do? What do you want to do? Oh, I want to feel that really powerful feeling of creating wealth, of creating something of value. Good. Will you feel it? Yes. When? Well, I'm going to start right now, and I'm going to keep the feeling with me for as long as I can. And when I lose it, I'm going to be aware of how I prevent myself from keeping it, and then I'm going to get it back. Very good. What do you feel right now? Energized. And what are you thinking about? I'm thinking about all the ways people can conceptualize value. They can take something of little or no value and visualize how it could be made valuable. They can construct a picture in their mind of what it would look like, altered so that people would want it. They can also take something that already has some value, but is increasing in value or has some additional value that its previous owner didn't know about, and they can buy it and hold on to it until the increase has taken effect. Very good. And all of this entails having information about what's available and what other people want or could be persuaded to want. And how can you get that information? By looking for it and knowing it when I find it. Do you really work this all out for yourself? Huh? You didn't ask me any questions, and I didn't answer any. I asked you the questions, and you answered me from your fantasy trip about the Greek shipping magnates. Your road to riches is all in your mind. It's already there, waiting to come out. I guess I just have to learn to ask myself the right questions. Right. Comments. Fantasizing in detail about how successful people obtain their wealth, particularly about how they conceptualize what they later achieved, is one of the most important steps you can take in learning to conceptualize what you want to eventually achieve. Virtually everything anyone has ever accomplished in life was first conceived in his or her mind by fantasizing about it. All your efforts at conceptualizing what you want will be accomplished in sustained fantasy trips of your natural child, supported by the unrestrained natural child energy. The more you fantasize about what successful people feel when they're working out their ideas, the closer you'll come to feeling it yourself. It's important to associate with people who support your efforts to do what you want in life, so their parent won't criticize and their adopted child won't interfere with you. But it's particularly important to find people whose natural child will encourage and stimulate your own natural child in your quest for wealth and happiness. The more you surround yourself with people who can provide natural child energy to combine with your own, and the more you can fantasize with each other about the same subjects, the more efficient your own efforts to achieve success will be.